Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. So in this video I want to talk about using different feels in your playing. So first of all, what is a different feel? So we all have our natural feel that, you know, when we just go and sit on the kit, we just play, and that is our natural feel. So our natural feel could be, some of us play ahead of the beat, which is playing, they call it on top of the beat, which is playing before, like the click. So you have to always put, like when you talk about ahead of the beat or behind the beat, it's always in relation to something else. So if, let's say I'm playing a beat just by myself, you wouldn't really tell if the whole beat, if I'm playing ahead or if I'm playing behind. But as soon as you put it in relation to something else, like a click or a bass line or whatever it is you're playing with, then we have something to listen to it in relation to. So let's say if we have a click playing behind the beat, and a click is playing a little bit late, just could be a tiny bit behind the click. Playing on top of the beat could be playing just like before the click. So, and this is like kind of, you're playing on top of the beat, you're pushing the beat. Now this is if you're playing, let's say, kick, snare, hi-hat, and it's all moving together. But when you do play, as soon as you, let's say, just lay the snare back and you keep the kick and the hi-hat right on, then you will hear, even if I'm playing alone, because there's the snare and then there's the kick and the hi-hat, you're playing in relation to something else, so then you will hear that the snare is more behind. So that is one kind of feel that you could, different feels that you could have in your playing. But today I want to specifically talk about playing in between the notes. So not moving the whole beat forward and back, but moving the beats in between each quarter note and spacing them out in different ways. So you could hear different feels in Afro-Cuban music, in Brazilian music, in Afro-Peruvian music, in many different music and rhythms from around the world, in African rhythms, and also in like old, you know, rock and roll from the 50s and the 60s. There was a kind of, the playing was in between, you know, straight eighth notes and triplets. And this came from New Orleans, which of course came from Africa before that. So I just want to talk about how to use these different feels in your own playing. And the only way you could do that is really if you internalize a feel. Because a feel is really not something that you think about. It's exactly how the word describes it. You feel it. So learning a new feel, let's say in the video I just played, I'm playing 12/8, I start with just a regular 12/8, and then I kind of go into Afro-Peruvian, in and out of an Afro-Peruvian feel. So an Afro-Peruvian feel, I think I've already spoken about it in one of my videos. It's in between 16 notes and triplets, in between 6/8 and 4/4, which is the same thing. And the feel is right in between there. So you can't really write it down. It's really something that you have to feel. The important thing about it is that it really does have to be consistent. When you hear an Afro-Peruvian rhythm, this feel is consistent throughout the whole rhythm, throughout the whole song. So how do you get to play something that is really not written down and you're not able to put it on a grid? The way to do it is to internalize it, is really, you really have to listen to it over and over again. Just like we listen to, you know, we're so comfortable with playing 4/4, you know, because we listen to, most of the music we listen to is in 4/4. But if we listen to a lot of music in 5/4 and 7/8, it would also become second nature to us. So the best way I've found to internalize a feel is to listen to the music, to listen to it over and over and over again. And eventually you start to play along with it, maybe just with one hand. You just play a rhythm with one hand. And then you add two hands, and then you add your limbs. So then after that, it's getting that feel into your whole body. And this takes time. Just the listening of it, you know, over time, you're going to be absorbing this feel. And this is the only way to really play a feel, to make it really feel authentic, and to really be able to use it in your playing in a natural way. I really studied and listened to a lot of Afro-Peruvian music, Afro-Cuban music, sorry, and also Brazilian music. And just over time, just from listening to it, your body, it seeps into your body, it seeps into your own feel. And now if I just sit on the kit, it's just a part of me, so I don't even have to think about it. And then this feel comes out in your playing in ways that you never even imagined. You're not even thinking about, okay, now I'm going to play with an Afro-Peruvian feel. It just comes out because it's a part of you. And this is really the way to really think about it, so you can really play it authentically, and so it can just become a part of you and become a part of your natural playing. If not, then your playing, it sounds mechanical. I'm going to try and put an Afro-Peruvian feel here. I'm going to try, and even in the same way, I'm going to try to play some jazz vocabulary here. The only way it's going to come out naturally is if you really listen to a lot of jazz, listen to the vocabulary, and then start playing it, and eventually over time it becomes a part of you and it just starts coming out. And this is something that I have to explain to a lot of my students, because I find, you know, a lot of people, they want to get things quick, you know, like let's say even a feel. If you want to learn the Afro-Cuban feel of a certain rhythm, they want to get it right away, and they want to, so they work on it and they say, yeah, I have it, I have the pattern, I have the feel. But the feel really takes time. It takes time for you to listen to it and absorb it. So really, I think the way to see learning something new in this way, especially a feel, but this applies to anything that you learn on the drums. I've already spoken about technique, about vocabulary. To really internalize something, it really takes time. And I think for you to really get, to really improve your playing in a deeper way, you have to really have this perspective and to really see it. And if you really, it's going to change the way you practice if you really want to really internalize something. And it'll really make big changes in your drumming. So I hope you guys got something from this little talk, and I'll see you guys on the next video.